I am closing everything up by Friday midnight. And then whatever you didn't get done, you just didn't get done. Okay? So make sure that you get all your math stuff done. Today we're doing, I'm going to get started. Is that okay, guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Today we're doing remainders, and remainders go with division. And if you look right back here, I have our house. In the house is our dividend. At the door, our divisor, and our quotient, the answer. We've always done it with dad, mom, sister, brother, and Rover. So I'm going to give you the vocabulary. Division, divide and division. It's to separate equal parts or groups. The operation of making equal groups to find numbers in each group or to find numbers of equal groups. Remember, I always tell you to make sure that each or pairs, or what's another word? Anybody want to help me with that? Equal parts. Everybody gets equal amount. Let's look at the dividend. The number to the dividing dividend, the number to be divided by the division problem. So boys and girls, that's your total number. You know how we do the total and then we have a part? This is your dividend right here. Number, the biggest number has to be in the house. Your divisor is the number by which a number is divided. This is your divisor here. This is the part that needs to be, see how many parts, how many fours can go into 32. This is your quotient, the answer to a division problem. So you might get a question that asks you, what is the quotient? Right there and then you should know you're going to be doing division. And that is the other part. Okay? And then your remainder, which is what you're going to be doing today, is the number of leftovers after dividing into groups. This would be your remainder. Remember, sometimes it says leftover. Leftover usually means divide. If you want to check your division, just do the opposite operation where you multiply 8 times 4 is 32. 4, we're going to 32. 8 times. Could I do it different? Could I say 32 divided by 8? Now, let me ask you, could I do this? 4 divided by 32. Can I do that? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Layla, why do you think I should do that? Unmute yourself and let me know. 4 divided by 32. Can I say that?
Yes.
So you're going to tell me that 32 will go into 4. No, be very careful because they might try to trick you this way. Boys and girls, 32 divided by 4. This is not correct. You have to make sure that your big number is in front when you're dividing. You can't say 4 divided by 32. That means that can 32 go into 4? Or how many times can 32 go into 4? None. So it's not correct. So I'm going to show you a little video that I found, which I thought was cute. What did it say? It says host disable participant screen sharing.
What? No, I didn't.
I can't do it. I hit you, give you a problem. Boys and girls, let's do this one. Simple. Make sure you have your pencil and your paper. And what is the question asking us? How many DVDs will Raina have left over? Left over. Now look at the answers. Somebody tell me, which one could I eliminate really quick? Somebody, I can't hear you, so you're going to have to unmute yourself and say something to me. Anybody?
17.
17. Ivani, you're correct. Why would I want to eliminate that one? Or why could I eliminate that one?
Because 17 is in the 6 times table.
Good girl. That's right. Keep going. So we've just eliminated one, so that leaves us with 3 more. Layla, are you working this out? Okay, anybody have the answer?
Uh,
So 23 divided by 6, correct? Can 6 go into 2? Guys, you're looking at the mute yourself. I can't be seeing and no. Can 6 go into 23?
yes.
How many times?
3.
3? So you're saying 6 times 3 equals 23, or what's 6 times 3?
18.
18. So can it go 3 times? Let's see, 6 times 4. How about 6 times 4?
24.
24. Is that 2?
24. 6 times 4 would be 24.
That's correct, AJ. And so 24 is too big, correct? So we're going to go back with 3. So right here we could eliminate 4 and 5, correct? So 3 times 6 is what?
18.
18. And 23 minus 18 is what?
5.
5. Now, can 6 is 5? Do you have anything to be brought down? Do you have anything to be brought down? No. Can 6 is 5, is my remainder smaller than my divisor? Is this smaller than my divisor?
Yes.
Yes.
Then this becomes your remainder. Boys and girls, that's how you're going to be doing your questions. Let me show you another question. And look at, these are questions that you probably have to do here in a little bit, or you maybe have already done it. Don't get scared because you have a whole bunch of stuff, because look, we're going to look at our question, and if we look at our question, it's this right here. How many books does Kenny put in the box? This right here, use tile or drawing an array to help you put the books, the number of books Kenny put in the box. That's extra information, or it's telling you what different tools you can use to divide. But if we look here, Kenny has put 37 books on 5 shelves. Okay. He wants the same number. There's that keyword. That's one of the keywords. Same number of books on each shelf. What do you think you're going to have to do? Now look at your numbers and look at your answers. What operation do you think you're going to need? What operation do you think you're going to have to do?
Divide.
Divide. Because look at your answers. They're all small numbers, correct? And you have a 37. So if we look at that, and let me erase this. And it was what? 37? Oops. 37 divided by what? By what?
5.
37 divided, thank you, AJ, 37 divided by 5. And we would do the same thing again. Can 5 go into 3? Can 5 go into 3, boys and girls?
No.
No, but can 5 go into 37?
Yes.
Yes.
How many times? How many times?
7.
7.
7? So we just divided. What's our next step?
Subtract.
No, what are we subtracting? I'm not even there yet.
Multiply.
We just divided.
Multiply.
Multiply. So we have to multiply. 7 times 5 is what?
35.
And 37. Okay, so 35. What's my next step?
Subtract.
Subtract. 37 take away 35 equals what?
2.
2.
2. Now, do you have anything to be brought down?
No.
So I can X that out. But I do have 2, so it could be my remainder. Is the 2 smaller than your divisor?
Yes.
So boys and girls, it becomes your remainder 2. Make sure that you're working at your division problems all complete. Do you understand? And get these assignments done, boys and girls. You just have 2 assignments today, and if you haven't finished them, you need to get them done by Friday. Thank you, and I am passing it to Miss Kuykendall.
Good morning, everybody. Yesterday, y'all should have read In the Days of King Adobe. It's a folk tale. Does anybody know what a folk tale is? What it means? Yes, AJ?
A story that teaches you a lesson.
That teaches you what?
A lesson.
I still didn't understand you, AJ.
A lesson. He said a lesson.
A lesson? Okay, yes, a lesson. So a theme, that life lesson, what makes you a better person. It's passed down from generations. It talks about different cultures sometimes. So real quick, I'm gonna show y'all a video that kind of helps explain that. Oh, hold on, I gotta share my screen. They also tell the story through plot. So does anybody remember our 5 plot elements, our pieces of the plot? Remember, we had the story map. It's a little bad, but y'all get me. Unmute yourself and tell me what the first thing is. Normally in this first piece, we're introduced to our characters in the setting. Does anybody remember what that's called?
The introduction.
Yes, the introduction. What's the next piece? Right here.
The rising action.
The rising action. Does anybody remember what that does?
It gives you events that lead up to the climax.
Good. And could you possibly be introduced to the problem too? Or it's
Yes.
to that problem? Okay, good. And then you said what goes right here at the top?
Climax.
The climax. What's the climax, guys?
The point of
Yeah, go ahead.
Point.
the point of no return.
That turning point, whenever they make that decision, they cannot take it back, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then the next piece right here. Anybody remember this piece? You're going down that hill. What's happening?
Falling action.
Right, the falling action. What happens in the falling action? There are events that do what?
Lead to the conclusion.
Right, and they're leading to solving your what?
Problem.
Your problem. So what's the last piece?
Resolution, was it?
The resolution. The conclusion, the ending. And then what happens here? This is where,
The problem is solved.
that's right, where your problem is solved. So whenever you read In the Days of King Adobe, did you notice the plot? Or can you think about it now and you can kind of see where the pieces fit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay, guys, let's do our vocabulary and then we will probably talk more about plot tomorrow with our story. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I can't get this together today. Okay, here we go. Here's our vocabulary words. So everybody unmute yourself, just like we do in class. I want to hear you say the word, and then we're going to use our context clues to see what the word means. Our first word is thrifty. What is our first word?
Thrifty.
Thrifty.
Thank you. What's happening in the picture?
He's stacking coins.
Okay. Is he possibly counting
He's
them?
saving up for only what he needs.
Saving up. Okay. Let's listen to the sentence and use our context clues. By being thrifty, Neil was able to save lots of money. What do we think thrifty means?
Saving for anything you need.
That's right. So if you're thrifty, you save your money and buy only what you need, your necessities. What is our word?
Thrifty.
Thrifty. Next, we have generous. What is our word?
Generous.
Generous. What's happening in the picture?
He's eating. It's like looking like he has a birthday party.
Okay, a birthday party. So let's listen to our sentence and use our context clues. It says, I was grateful for the generous birthday gifts from my friends and family.
Kind.
Okay, they're very kind. Do you think it's a lot or a little?
A lot.
So it's a generous amount of something is larger or more plentiful than is usual or necessary. So he probably had like an elaborate birthday party and it's not what he needed, but it was kind and it felt good, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But was it necessary?
No.
No, he probably would have been happy with just a cake or something small, right?
Mhm.
What is our word?
Generous.
What is our word, class?
Generous.
Thank you. Okay, our next word is character. What is our word?
Character.
What's happening in the picture?
He's talking to like a group of friends.
Okay. He's talking to a group of friends. Does it look like he's the center of attention right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's listen to our sentence and use our context clues. Peter has an outgoing character as he is easily able to talk to anyone he meets. What do y'all think character means?
Superpower.
I didn't hear you. What?
Superpower.
Superpowers, what kind?
To attract people.
Okay. He's easy to talk to. So does, and it looks like a lot of people like him, like you're saying. So is that how he is on the inside? What do we call that?
Character traits.
Okay, and then we also say their personality, right? So a person's character is the kind of person they are. So their personality, how they act, what they do. What is our word?
Character.
What is our word, class?
Character.
Is Turner the only one here today?
Character.
Thank you.
Character.
Thank you. Okay, last one, guys. Hang in there. Fascinated. What is our word?
Fascinated.
What's happening in the picture?
She's
She's what?
in the globe.
She's looking at a globe, maybe trying to find something.
Trying to find us.
Let's listen to the sentence. Ella is fascinated with searching for places on the globe. What do y'all think fascinated means?
Interested.
Okay. Just a little interested or very?
Very interested.
She's very interested. So if you're fascinated, you really like it. You're very interested in it. You want to learn more. What is our word, class?
Fascinated.
Okay. Thank you. That is all I have for y'all today. So make sure that you're using these words in your writing with Miss Massar. And then tomorrow, you need to take your quiz. So if you haven't read that story, make sure you're reading. And then what do we need to do while we read?
Blurb and annotate.
Blurb and annotate. We got to think about our text. All right, guys. I'll see you later.
All right, boys and girls. So this is your last writing assignment for the rest of the school year. It's a little bit easier than some of the other ones that I have asked you to do. And yes, it needs to be a composition. That means I am expecting 4 paragraphs. This is, again, your last writing assignment for the school year, so I'm expecting it to be your absolute best. Yesterday, you should have read your text and already blurbed. You should be very, very familiar with what you're writing about. Today, we're going to go over the prompt and the example. Tomorrow, we're going to create a plan, and you should write your rough draft. Thursday, you should spend your time revising and editing. And Friday, this is due. Not any time after Friday will I take online assignments. I need it on Friday. I will be putting grades in Friday evening. If you will please look at my screen in just a second. I have gone ahead and pulled up the prompt, and I have created a little document that is going to help us with this. So you should have been reading In the Days of King Adobe, and it says that In the Days of King Adobe is a folktale that tells the story of 2 young men who try to trick a kind woman. Imagine that your class has a website where classmates post reviews of stories read in class. We're going to write a review this week, and I'm going to help you understand what that means, in which you rate the story. So how many of you know what the website Rotten Tomatoes is? Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. How many of you have ever gone to the movies and seen where they go 3 out of 5 stars? Or they go, that movie is 98% fresh with viewers. So what those kinds of websites and things do is they are rating the movie and they're telling people whether they should go watch it or not. For example, if I'm really excited about a movie, I go to RottenTomatoes.com and I see what all the critics say about it. And I try to figure out if I want to go watch that movie. You guys are going to be the critics today, and you're going to explain whether or not you think that this is a good story or not. So you're going to tell whether you think other students would like to read it. Make sure to give reasons for your rating and consider what other readers might most enjoy about the story. Don't forget to use your critical vocabulary in your writing. So all 4 of those words have to be in your writing. So that's your prompt for this week. And tomorrow we're going to go deeper into the plan of what should be in each paragraph. But before we stop, I want to show you what it should look like, what Ms. Nassar is expecting. So just like always, here's my example. And you should notice that in my example, I have 4 completely different paragraphs. I have my introduction, I have my MI1, my MI2, and my conclusion. Okay? And it says, let's see if I can get it a little bit closer. I chose to review the movie Moana just because I watched it the other day. So I'm very familiar with it. But it says, everyone has a favorite book or movie. Stories come in different forms to appeal to people of all kinds. Here's my central idea statement. Moana is a movie that appeals to all kinds of people. You've got to have a central idea statement that says the name of the story that you're reviewing and whether or not you think it's good or not. So again, there's my CIS. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to rate my story. So I'm rating the movie Moana, and I said on a scale of 1 to 5, I would rate Moana a 4. Notice that I didn't give Moana a perfect score. So in my paragraph, I'm going to explain what I don't like about that movie. And hint, hint, I'm lying through my teeth because I actually really, really, really like this movie, and I had to come up with a reason why I didn't. Remember, it's okay to lie in your writing. Nobody knows. So I put, on a scale of 1 to 5, I would rate Moana a 4. Now I'm going to explain my rating. I'm going to explain what I liked and what I didn't like. First, what I really liked about this movie was how funny it was. I'm going to give you examples of what I think is funny in this movie. The movie scores high for me because of how hilarious I found it. Maui is just hilarious. He is always cracking jokes and transforming himself into silly creatures. Plus, his tattoos always back up his silliness by recreating his jokes. I gave you 2 very specific details that explain exactly what I find funny about the movie. Now I'm going to tell you what I dislike about the movie. I did not give this movie a 5 because I did not like some of the songs in the movie. I felt like they didn't match the rest of the movie. Now, I would prefer you to be honest and not give this book a 5. There is always something that we dislike, even in our most favorite things. So I would prefer for you to tell me something that you like and something that you dislike about the story that you read this week. Don't just go and tell me that it's the most perfect story that you've ever read in your life. Oh my gosh, they better make it into a movie tomorrow. Because we all know that that's not true. Then I'm going to come into my paragraph and I'm going to explain if I would recommend this to anybody. That means, do I want somebody else to read or watch this story? So I put, I would recommend this movie to anyone who likes funny, adventurous movies. Boys and girls of all ages can enjoy this movie. There's nothing in it that is just for boys or just for girls. Everyone can relate to Moana's want to explore the ocean, and everyone can laugh at Maui's silliness. So who do you think this story would be good for? And then of course you have to end it with your conclusion. Moana is a great movie. Everyone should watch it soon. I hope you get to watch it today. This is the kind of work that I'm expecting this week as your final composition for my class. This should use everything that I've taught you all year long. It should be your absolute best piece of writing. You guys have come so far since you walked into my room in August and you couldn't even write a sentence. I'm expecting great work from you guys this week. That's all I have for you today. I will post everything on class tag. Do you guys have any questions for us before we end our session this morning?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I want to remind you, all of your assignments online are due this Friday. They will close out. We will be grading them. If you are doing packet work, all packet work is due on Monday. We will be going through the packets on Monday. We will be grading them. If you are missing any work, if you want to correct any work, it needs to get done by Friday. We have been texting your parents what you're missing. Hopefully you guys are talking to each other about that. No blank assignments, no bad grades on your quizzes for Miss K or for your assignments from Miss Molina. If you need to correct them, you need to get a hold of us and you need to ask us to reassign it, and we will do that for you. This is going on your report card. You are getting a report card. Everything that you have been doing has been graded. It is going into the grade book. It's not a free-for-all just because we're not at school. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that.
Another thing that you're going to 5th grade next year, Miss Sanchez is going to get all our reports, everybody that's been doing it, everybody that hasn't. So she's going to be able to see, oh, so-and-so did this and so-and-so didn't work on this. So make sure you're doing them all, boys and girls. Another thing, on Monday, and next Monday, the 18th, we will be giving you a circus parade. I believe from 6 to 7. We'll be giving you some little prizes. Y'all come out there, come celebrate. It is the way that we're gonna celebrate y'all leaving and going to 5th grade. And I wanna see-
It's a party for y'all.
It's a party for y'all. And I'm gonna say, before I start crying here, but it's for y'all guys. So y'all come out there and have fun. You're just gonna drive through this all and we can say bye to y'all. Always know we're here. But
Right.
get stuff, we're not finished yet. We're not finished unless you have already done both your math lessons, you've done your reading, you've done your writing. We're not done yet. Okay, let's finish strong and give us those expectations that we've always shown. You go with that. Okay,
The teachers can hear you.
from y'all.
Okay, we love you guys and we miss you, and we can't wait to see y'all Monday night.
Can't wait to
Don't-
see y'all.
Don't forget,
See y'all
tomorrow
tomorrow.
is our last Zoom.
Bye guys, love y'all.